Partner cheated with best friend. Looking for an outside view, I never imagined that everything I had built over 5 years could crumble in just a few weeks. My fiancée and I shared a bond that, on the surface, seemed unbreakable. We had been together since our mid-20s, built on a foundation of trust, open communication, and a mutual commitment to weather life's storms. Last year, she asked me to get engaged, and I happily said yes. We had even planned a symbolic gesture. I was going to propose again on our 5-year anniversary as a celebration of our journey together. But behind the warm smiles and promises lay a turbulent reality. My fiancée has been grappling with moderate bipolar disorder and depression for years. I had taken on the role of her unwavering support, ensuring that she had stability even when her own inner world was a whirlwind. Although we were financially stable with me working a steady job and her managing at-home relationship had recently hit a rough patch. Over the past 6 months, she'd become increasingly detached. Instead of sharing her days with me, she spent them in isolation at home, and her nights in the haze of bar lights and heavy drinking. This shift left me feeling more like a caretaker than an equal partner. The situation became even more complicated when she grew closer to my best friend, a man I had known and trusted for over a decade. Despite his own struggles with depression, suicidal thoughts, and alcohol addiction, our friendship had always been solid. My fiancé and he seemed to find solace in each other, bonded by shared emotional pain and a sense of understanding that I could no longer provide. Initially, we had all agreed that their growing closeness wasn't a problem, even if I harbored a quiet concern deep down. After all, she had never been one to cross boundaries that meant betraying trust. Then came that fateful early January day, just 3 weeks before the planned engagement proposal. I received a phone call from Heroin that shattered the remaining fragments of my certainty. Her voice trembled as she confessed, "I don't want you to hear this, but I'm in love with your best friend." In that moment, time seemed to stand still. The revelation was a punch to the gut. She had fallen for the very person I had trusted with my life. As the shock began to fade, I pieced together the events that led to this betrayal. Apparently, my best friend had harbored secret feelings for her for over a year. Their emotional intimacy escalated, culminating in a kiss on New Year's Eve while I was out of town. Soon after, she spent 3 days at his place, during which he convinced her that I was unfaithful, a claim that was entirely false. To make matters worse, I learned that she had stopped taking her prescribed medication for weeks and was indulging in alcohol to an extreme degree. The combination of untreated bipolar disorder and heavy drinking likely triggered a psychotic break, leaving her vulnerable to manipulation. Now, in the aftermath, everything has spiraled. Our mutual friends have taken sides, largely siding with me and condemning both her actions and my best friend's betrayal. Even those who were once close to her have begun distancing themselves, exhausted by her erratic behavior and the chaos it has caused. While she has resumed taking her medication, her alcohol consumption remains a concern, and our conversations are now tinged with a cold formality as we try to figure out the next steps that include me moving out of her apartment. What strikes me most is the contradiction in her character. I know her to despise lying and infidelity, values that once defined her. Yet now, she claims to love both me and my best friend. In her eyes, I represent the stability and reliability she once cherished, while my best friend embodies the broken, misunderstood soul with whom she now identifies. In a twist that feels like an embrace of polyamory, something utterly foreign to both of us has chosen a path that seems destined to lead her into deeper turmoil. I'm left with more questions than answers. I recognize that I should probably walk away from this toxic triangle, but the decision isn't as simple as cutting ties. I still care deeply about her, and it pains me to see her making choices that jeopardize not only her relationship with me, but also her friendships and her health. I'm torn between letting her crash and burn or stepping in to alert her family and friends who might be able to help. I'm at a crossroads, wondering whether doing nothing is an option or if there's a way to salvage some part of the person I once knew. In the end, the situation is as heartbreaking as it is complicated, leaving me to navigate the aftermath of betrayal while worrying about someone who seems intent on self-destruction.